And we are back just in the nick of time as we were getting ready to go green here at Texas. Couldn't get to the starting lineup, so we just have the top two drivers entering tonight's race. That being the 81 of Mason Thompson on the pole, opening up the playoffs with a pole position with Harry Lindmark to his outside in the 43. The pace car is about ready to dive off towards the safety of pit lane and leave the field in the hands. Not quite yet, actually. We're going to go another lap, but see the field coming around here. I'm not sure if they gave me an extra lap to get in here or not, but they under caution for one extra lap. See some paint schemes loading in and just flashing in at the last second. So the field will fly by the start-finish line. Everybody getting ready to go racing here. Got some playoff drivers throughout the field ready to get this race underway. Ready to race for their chance at winning a championship. Guys like Mason Thompson, Harry Lindmark there in the 43. Isaac Smallwood in the 5 right there in the background as well. Daniel Smith, the 21, another playoffs driver in this top 5 tonight. There's the 53 of Colin Bollinger. He's one of our playoff drivers as well. All ready to get the green flag and get ready to go racing. Race for a chance at a championship. Entering tonight's race, mentioned it, 16 drivers. All have a shot equally to win a championship. But at the end of this 7-race stretch, only one will get to call themselves Season 7 champion of the SOFA Racing League. Race Truck leads the field into 3 and 4 for the final time. The pace truck is going to dive off. Mason Thompson, Harry Lindmark, the front row. The playoffs for Season 7 are underway. The green flag is going to fly, and we're racing here at Texas. Still side by side for the race lead as they make their way through 1 and 2. Thompson on the inside, Lindmark on the outside, trying to hang strong, just can't quite get it there. And here comes Lindmark trying to keep making it work. He's got help from the back. Here's Dylan Herviton, right there in third, trying to push that 43 forward, now behind the 81 of Mason Thompson. Lindmark will clear. Thompson in second. Herviton, that's going to be tough to get down quick, is in third. Daniel Smith fourth. Isaac Smallwood in fifth. Right now as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. Hervarden back to third in this number 36 Purdue Ford Mustang. 3 Mustangs running up front. Ford 1, 2, 3 right now with Toyota back in fourth. Chevy in fifth with Isaac Smallwood in 5. Ricky Mandoka right there. Sixth is a Ford. Andrew Loads on the outside of it, or inside of Andrew Elias right now is a battle going on right now for the 12th place spot. Battle of the Andrews, if you will. He's behind Tim Lynn in the 12th car. Elias way high in the corner, trying to make this high side work. And he's made it work a little bit, but he is sliding up big time there. But he's going to get a run on the back straightaway down to the outside of Tim Lynn now. Goes the 08 car. I almost said truck. Almost fell for it and said truck. As they navigate 3 and 4, Elias will take the spot up ahead. It looks like Smallwood on the outside of Ricky Mendoka in the battle for 5th. Mendoka on the inside trying to take this spot away from the 5, and he will take it. At least Braden Avila on the back bumper of the 5 now trying to take over and move him up to 6 and drop Smallwood back to 7th. As Daniel Smith now the inside of Hervaten trying to go for 3rd. And Smith is going to take it. Another playoff driver in the field right now, Simon Lindmark in 51. just up ahead of the race leaders right now. Had to serve a drive-through penalty. He is back out on the racetrack right now, just barely ahead of brother Harry. But he is not going to have a long time of having to trail in this spot. There's a stage caution, of course, coming out at lap 40, about 35 laps from now, 34 this time by. So if you just hang on for 34 laps ahead of the leaders, or maybe hope for a caution to come out beforehand, he'll be fine. He'll be able to go for it at the second half of this race. Right now in fourth. Ricky Mendoka is in fifth, and he wants to take that fourth spot. A slide a little bit off the exit of turn 2, gets it back gathered up. Now trying to go back on the attack. On board with the 46 of Ricky Mendoka. At the back of the 36 of Herlot. Sees the front bumper of the 46 right there on him. He also sees Braden Avila peeking to the inside of this 46, trying to see if he can make this move stick and try to get a spot here, go up into 5th, maybe even 4th, if we can try to get a 2 for 1. He's to the outside now, trying to work the top lane on this 46. Can't do it, slides up off the corner a little bit, has to gather it up, able to keep it straight though, but not going to be able to have a chance to get by the 46 now. Going to have to regather it back up and go at it again, this time by. Side again, couldn't do it. Falling back in line with this 46 car. Double check, make sure we got noise. The 46 gets passed by Braden Avila. Avila now to the inside of Hervat and trying to go for a second spot and move up to 4th place. He's hooked up on the bottom lane and sliding a little sideways on the corner exit. Keeps it straight, pointing in the right direction, but not able to capitalize on that inside line now. He's got Mendoka back to his outside. Up front, battle for the lead, heating up. Mason Thompson is right there still with Harry Lindmark, not letting him get away. Both these drivers enter tonight's playoff race. Coming in tonight below the cut. Trying to see if they can't lunge their way in. Excuse me. Harry Lindmark is 8 points above. Sorry. 8 points above, while Mason Thompson is the one that is right there on the outside looking in. He's mostly calm. A little bit of side-by-side racing here. Mendoka back to the inside of Avila. Still ongoing battle for 5th place between these two. Still a score to settle for this one. Neither one to give this spot up. Isaac Smallwood right there, 7th place. Just kind of biding his time, not pushing too hard, early going of his run. It's going to be a run of about another 28 laps to get to the stage. So why push too hard? Why do you run this car harder than it needs to? Just gotta chill out, hang out a little bit. It's exactly what this 5 car, I think, is doing. Gap for the lead is very quickly opened up to about a half a second. Lindmark is well ahead of Mason Thompson now. Daniel Smith in 3rd solidly. A big gap to him and Dylan Hervatten, who's right ahead of this battle between Avila and Mendoka. Back half of the top 10, you mentioned it, all the way to Smallwood. Then it's Colin Bollinger, Corbin Hines in the 01. Andrew Elias in the 08, a stretch of 3 playoff drivers here. See right there, the front Ward right here in the picture. Andrew Loads as well, running 12th, 13th place there. Eric Hegdahl, a heartbreak last week. That photo finish, losing out by pretty much just the skin of his teeth to Isaac Smallwood last week. Coming into tonight, still looking for that first career win, but right now 13th. I think he's just focused now on the playoffs. And that's his focus as it stands right now, is just continuing to push forward. Right now, entering tonight, Hegdahl is the one car in 9th place in points, just one spot above the cut line as they stand. Thompson is reeled back in Lindmark as they head into turn 2, heading towards the back straightaway. Trying to just keep leading these laps. Just keep pushing. Won't be able to show position battles and where they've started and come from because it looks like my scoring is bugged because it shows that Harry Lindmark started in 7th, and that is so much further from the truth. He started outside of row 1. Actually, it's not even show anything, so that works too. I'm going to say he started outside row 1. Mason Thompson was your pole sitter. Lindmark was outside pole. Right now, leading the way after he took the lead on the initial start. Mason Thompson trailing behind in 2nd. There's Daniel Smith. He is the driver. That is your bubble for the cutoff. He is 10th in points. He is tied with Hunter Manley for that 10th place spot. Then it's Loates, Bramble, Thompson, Wilias, and Phillips that are the ones that are on the outside looking in, entering this race tonight. Obviously a good run by Thompson and Smith right now. Able to kind of help push them up and over that gap a little bit to put them in comparative to their other playoff counterparts. Speaking of those drivers, guys like Hunter Manley right now currently scored all the way back in 19th place as it stands right now. This 15 car has not had a good part in moving forward thus far. He's looking at the end of this race as a way to go to get positions near the end of it. But right now, 19th place for him, 21st place, not too much further back, is the 20 car of Matthew Bramble, also further back than he really would want to be, I would say. And then also, too, I believe 73, Mark Phillips is not here tonight, so that's another playoff driver that is not going to have a good points day and going to put himself in what essentially might be a must-win for the 73, especially entering tonight's race, tied for 12th in the standings at the base entry point of 1,000 points. He's going to probably enter next week in a must-win situation. See Mason Thompson way up against that outside wall, all the way to the wall at Texas of all places, but somehow it's working. He'll lead at the line that time, and he'll clear entering turn 1. Are you kidding me? Quickly, we'll jump back to see the move for the race lead. He got a run off of turn 2, and then he pulled a Larson. He rode the Larson line all the way up against the wall. It's not something you see every day at Texas Motor Speedway. Normally, when they make the pass, it's on the inside, or at the very least, it might be just a car length on the outside, not all the way up against the wall. That is just freaky like Friday, let me tell you. But now he takes over the race lead. Right now, Mason Thompson, 14, entered tonight, tied 12th in the points. Base entry point of 1,000 points. He wins tonight. That's going to shake the standings up just a little bit. As they make their way through 3 and 4. See Lindmark trying to make this outside lane work. Just can't quite get as much of a run as Mason Thompson had that last time by as they enter turn 1. Thompson continues to lead here over the halfway point of the stage. Got about another even 17 laps before we hit the stage. And when we do hand out those stage points, important for a lot of these guys. that are in the playoffs to score some bonus points. Braden Avella getting passed here by Colin Bollinger in the 53, excuse me. Isaac Smallwood's gotten by his 25, and he's working his way towards Dylan Hervatten, who is currently in 4th. So Smallwood mentioned probably just saving tires early goings of this race. It looks like that's the case. He is starting to march forward, and he is catching this 36 car now in what would be a battle for 4th. Smallwood working the outside lane. He's working all up against the wall. Running 1 and 2, really wide corners here at Texas Motor Speedway, but they allow for such a huge burst of speed down the straightaway. If you get that hooked up and get that run going, that's exactly what he's trying to do as he makes his way through 3 and 4. See what kind of run he can get on the front straightaway. See if he can't make a charge at this 4th place spot. Right there in the back bumper, going to try to duck to the inside. He'll get to the inside. He'll get position, and he'll work the bottom lane now all the way down to that painted white line and try to take over 4th. Not quite clear yet. Going to have the line entering turn 3. Might be able to take over the spot on the exit 4 here if he's able to do it right. Last week's winner, Talladega, multiple-time winner this season with 3 wins so far to his name. He's looking to add a 4th tonight if he can, to open up the playoffs on a high note. Still side by side for 4th with Hervatten. Can't quite clear him yet. Now he does. And he'll pull up in front and take over that spot. Colin Bollinger looking to keep pushing forward as well in this 53 car. Just inside the top 10, now up to 6th, looking to keep marching forward. Good start to his playoffs as well. Up front, Mason Thompson continues to lead, coming to about 11 to go here in the stage. Field is just mostly spread apart. We've got a battle happening right here. Corbin Hines, the outside of Ricky Mendoka. That's a battle for 8th place. Hines trying to get another spot, get some extra points in his favor to open up his playoff run this first stage. Now Hines still pursuing Mendoka for the spot. We've also got Braden Avella just up ahead. See people start to shift to the outside lane now. Interesting development here. Not using the bottom, going for the top. Oh, Braden Avella! Entering the corner, got hooked by Mendoka. Almost ended up in disaster, but Avila with a save, a phenomenal save. Keeps him straight and keeps him in the same spot he was in when it happened in 7th, but now he's got him stacking up behind him. He's up ahead, Bollinger to the inside of Hervatten for 5th. How did he keep that car straight? Now to his inside comes Mendoka. Hines going to follow the 46. Thought about peaking lower. Then going to try to go for the spot. Won't do it. So Mendoka now takes over. You see Avila sliding off the corner there. At 25. All over the place right there. Driver that was close to making the playoffs last week. Ended up just missing out on it. Trying to see if he can just have a good run tonight. But now getting passed by Andrew Loads there on the inside lane for 9th. He is back to 10th, the last car in the top 10. Trying to see if he can cross back over. There's 96 coming back to the inside. It's Corbin Hines. Let's see if he can do the same. Get to the inside of Ricky Mendoka for the 7th place spot. they continue to battle back here. Mason Thompson up to a 1.6 second lead over Harry Lindmark, who's now got trouble brewing behind him with Isaac Smallwood catching about 9 seconds back, 9/10 of a second back, excuse me. But I don't think he's going to have enough time, as this gaggle of cars is still fiercely battling Mendoka sideways on the exit of turn 2, trying to hang on to his Hines right there, putting pressure on his back bumper. Will dive to the inside. You'll see Mendoka to the outside lane. Lotz follows behind at the bottom with Corbin Hines. Can they get by this 46 car? They got about 6 laps to do it, trying to get some bonus points in their favor. They're trying to hold them off. And there's Tim Lin. The 12 now in the picture. Throwing his hat in the ring. You see, oh, Hines a little sideways. Mendoka sideways as well, but they keep it straightened up. Still going strong. Hines will take the spot here with 5 to go in the first stage of the race. Here comes Lotz trying to make a move as Bollinger makes a move on Daniel Smith for 4th. I said that Smallwood might not catch Lindmark. He's within 0.6 of a second, still gaining. See everybody stacked up right here behind Mendoka. Lotz was sideways. Lynn was right on his back bumper. They don't make contact. And now Lotz back to the inside of Mendoka for 8th. Looks like Lotz still working this inside lane. He is going to take it for now. He'll slide up in front of the 46. We'll have a run a quarter exit. Might cross over and go to the bottom. He will. The 12 will fall back in line behind the 2 of them. Is now Mendoka on the inside of Lotz here entering turn 3. Can Lotz make the top lane work to get by and take over 8th place? It looks like he will prevail. So that 96 will move up a spot over the 46, Ricky Mendoka. Up front, I mentioned he might not catch him. Indeed, he's caught him in a hurry. Isaac Smallwood is coming for 2nd here in the stage. Not going to get a chance at the stage win. Just a little too late for this 2. As you see the 43 get the wall on the exit of turn 2. Excuse me. Smallwood working the outside lane, trying to rip the top like Kyle Larson would. Try to take over at least 2nd place before this stage ends. Oh, Lindmark going to slide up. Smallwood going to have to cross back over to the inside. 2 to go in the stage. Pit road is closed this time by. And now here comes Smallwood to the inside of Lindmark, who's not going to have a chance to fight him at all. Going to have to let that 5 car go, and indeed goes by Smallwood as Lindmark just trying to hang on to this car and keep from any further damage happening. Meanwhile, Tim Lin currently in 9th. Mendoka is 10th. How about Eric Hegdahl now? Has a chance at some stage points before this one's all said and done. Colton Ward in the background as well in case anything happens. He's got a chance. He'll come around this time. Hegdahl now to the inside of Mendoka for 10th. Can he get this 10th place spot and at least get 1 point in his favor? He'll take the 46 to the inside. He'll slide in front of him now. He'll try to see if he can make a run at Tim Lin in the 12 for 9th place as well. But up front, coming through 3 and 4, we'll get to this one right here quickly as Mason Thompson is going to take the first stage win of the playoffs. He'll win the stage here at Texas. Caution will fly before the field can catch him. Mason Thompson will take home your stage win. Isaac Smallwood got to 2nd, and Harry Lindmark, Colin Bollinger, Daniel Smith, a playoffs top 5 for the stage results. You see Hervatin gets it 6th. Corbin Hines, Andrew Lotz, and Eric Hegdahl, playoff drivers, all scoring stage points here in this here stage. I wonder if I have a way to get quickly throw this up. You can't see. I don't know why it's playing that audio, but it was. I want to see if I can get the work set up to where I can interview our stage winner real quick. We'll see if we can talk to him. If we have a chance to talk, we'll see. They're all on pit road right now. So as this is happening, they're all on pit road right now. I'm just going to, quick update. They're on pit lane working on getting things done. Not sure if we'll be able to get a hold of our stage winner here, but Mason Thompson will win the race off pit road over Isaac Smallwood. We will, looks like we can't do that, so we're not going to worry about it. So we'll cut back to your regularly scheduled iRacing stream here. Is the field all gathering back up? Field doubling back up, ready to go back racing. 2x2 they go. As they get ready to go back, we'll take a quick run down to the field. It is Mason Thompson leading. Isaac Smallwood is in second. Harry Lindmark is third with Dylan Hervatten in fourth. Colin Bollinger is in fifth. Then it's Corbin Hines in sixth. Daniel Smith is in seventh place, it looks like. Should be sixth, actually, with Corbin Hines seventh. And in eighth place is going to be Andrew Lotes. Ninth place should be Tim Lynn. And Eric Hegdahl should round out your top 10. Just about the same as it was for the stage. Just maybe a little shaken up. Get to green on lap 45, 120 laps tonight. Who will come out on top here in Texas? That's what we were yet to see. One of these top 5 drivers, one of these playoff drivers up here, looking to see if they can't snatch a win. Go ahead and advance to that next round of the playoffs. Pace truck is off. We're ready to go back racing. Mason Thompson going to lead Isaac Smallwood and the rest of the field back to green. Racing once more here at Texas.
Okay.
Tight racing here as everybody trying to get spots they can while the field is all stacked up. You see them 2 by 2 by 2 right here. That's Lynn with Ward. Well, Elias, I believe that right there outside of him is Ben Lindley. Then it's Matthew Bramble and TJ Krober in the 88 car all together. Lindmark in second, chasing Mason Thompson. All over his back bumper. Peeking outside. Right there with them in the background. Battle for fifth. Daniel Smith takes it over Dylan Hervatten. Ricky Mandoka hanging on as Andrew Lotes has got Corbin Hines and Braden Avila right behind him. They are dicing it up right now here in Texas. Harry Lindmark's still all over the back of this 81 car, trying to take the race lead back. Lindmark working the outside. Can he get the race lead from Thompson? Side by side, no more. Lindmark takes back the race lead. Got a car slow here. A lot of damage here to Mike Lathan in the 8 car. Have to double check and see what happened to Mike Lathan. Damage already right there. What happened to this 8 car? Oh, gets loose. Turn 4, slams the outside wall hard. That's going to be a trip to pit lane for that 8 car. Good chasing this 43. Try to just pull away from the field if he can. A lot back. Talking about playoff driver Hunter Manley still back in 20th right now. Behind him, not too much further back, is the 51 Simon Lindmark, who had to serve a drive-through penalty to start this race. He is now up here with the field, able to start getting some spots now. Up to 22nd, looking to keep marching forward if he can. But right now, I'm going to have some slim pickings ahead. He's got Harold Tucker, Hunter Manley, Mike Williams, another playoff driver, Matthew Bramble, who's dropped back here to 18th, still struggling in this 20 car, just dropping back to 18th place. As they continue to battle back here, Lindmark continues to get spots here. He's going to need them quick, try to get up there, contend for some more points. Colin Bollinger right here in 6th, chasing Ricky Mandoka. Corbin Hines back here side by side with Braden Avila in 25 for 9th place. Side now for 8th between Rabat and Avila. See Bollinger peeking to the inside of Mendoka. Couldn't get there. Mendoka shut the door on the 53. Continuing to battle here. You see Bollinger going to go a higher lane entering turns 1 and 2. To the inside, trying to crack the top 5 in the 53 car. Avila, tight paddling in the background here with Avant and Hines. Bollinger's going to take over 5th place. The top 5, all playoff drivers now. See a car there on the apron. That's the 8 of Mike Lathan making his way back out on the racetrack. Thompson there, Smallwood and Smith. Top four all nice and tight together. Close proximity battle. Current radio chatter talking about college football. College football back this weekend, obviously, so. Lindmark leading the way. Thompson's still right there with him. Just talking about college football right now. You got a couple close games, couple blowouts, obviously. Wake Forest is blowing out North Carolina A&T. West Carolina is currently up 21-17 over 24th ranked NC State. North Dakota State is up 20-17 at halftime over Colorado. You got a blowout on your hands here. Missouri's up 35-0 over Murray State at halftime. Rutgers beat Howard 44-7. And there should be another game on right now, I think, that's also heading towards blowout territory. I'd have to double check and see. Utah's up 20-0 over Southern Utah. Kansas is up 34-0 over Linderwood. Just a lot of big blowout games because it's week one of college football. Of course, they're blowout games. So Smallwood has gotten to second in the midst of all that college football rambling. Speaking of blowouts, UCF 57-3 right now over New Hampshire. Arkansas is up 56-0. Central Michigan up 66-10. A lot of lopsided games going on right now in the college football world. See Thompson way up on the high lane, trying to wrap the top side again. See if he can't mount a run to get back to second, but not able to do so yet. Smallwood is now in the hunt, looking for the race lead. Quarters racing for this top three now as they've separated themselves from Daniel Smith. It's Smallwood right there on the back bumper, waiting for the right moment to make the move for the race lead. Thompson again back to the outside for second. And now Smallwood going to cross over. Thought about it. Ducks back in line behind Lindmark. Now to the top side. Going to try to work the outside through 3 and 4. Couldn't quite do it. Got the wall maybe a little, but he's still got to run. Momentum down the front straightaway. Onto the back bumper of Harry Lindmark. Now back to the outside, heading into 1 and 2. Lindmark hanging strong for the race lead. Smallwood putting all the pressure on him with Mason Thompson as well, keeping them both honest. Thompson on the inside, Smallwood on the outside. Battle is for second, and soon to be the lead is again Smallwood right into the back bumper of Harry Lindmark as they enter turn 1 and 2. Still tight battle. Smallwood not able to get by for the race lead though. Lindmark holding strong, holding on to this top spot. We've crossed the halfway point in this race. Making about 55 laps to go when we cross the stripe next time. been one of the most dominant drivers on the season. Coming into tonight's race, last week's winner we mentioned. And that exciting photo finish at Talladega. On top of that, though, 2 other wins this season, including the season opener at Daytona, as well as the win at Watkins Glen, the win at Bristol. Looking to go for his 3rd straight win on the outside. Now he goes, trying to clear for the race lead. Side by side. Smallwood can't quite clear. And he'll clear. Smallwood, now your race leader. Thompson takes over 2nd. As Lindmark now dropping to 3rd. Thompson still keeping tabs with this 5 car in the race lead. Coming around to 50 laps to go. We'll give you a little bit of a nice splash of audio. We'll bump the audio up on these engines and let them talk to you. It's time for a little crank it up. Got some drivers coming down pit lane, including the 89 of Ben Lindley. Tim Smart, slow on the track. He's coming off of pit lane, actually, so pit stops beginning to happen as we're side by side for the race lead now. It is a battle between Mason Thompson and Isaac Smallwood. Go to pit lane, TJ Krober in the 88. We'll slow it down to pit lane speed. Smallwood working the top. Thompson on the inside. They'll dart down the back straightaway. Still side by side. Side by side. Dead even still as they make their way down the back. Down the front, excuse me. The driver on pit lane, the 36 of Dylan Hervatten, heading towards pit road. Dylan Thompson, second place right now, looking for his first win this season here in the Xfinity cars. He had 5 wins to his name in the SOFA Racing League overall, but none so far this season here in the Xfinity cars on Thursday nights. Looking to change that tonight as a way to kick off this playoff run and hope for a championship in his favor. Battle still raging on. Thompson now trying to get to the inside of Smallwood once more for the race lead. And he'll take it for now. A little sideways off of turn 4. Still fighting. Smallwood gets the wall on the outside lane. How did Thompson hang on to that car? Still fighting for this race lead. Thompson slides up in front of Smallwood. Smallwood gets the wall again. 35 laps since they've been on pit road. These tires have got to be screaming as Thompson might guess the outside wall that time as well. Smallwood, big head of steam off the corner, but Thompson maintains the lead, continues to build upon it as we hit lap 79. Battle up here for 8th. Eric Hegdahl trying to hang on as Simon Lindmark trying to make this move on the inside stick. The 51 has made an amazing comeback to get in the top 10 and now battling it out with 8th place. Eric Hegdahl, he'll take over. So a good points gain today possibly for this 51 when all is said and done despite having the drive-through. Lindmark, big swing there, or excuse me, Smallwood, big swing there. Lindmark has been closing in on these two slowly but surely the last couple laps. It's about time to see these guys maybe coming down pit road, a halfway point essentially, as we're going to hit 40 laps to go this time by, 38 laps since they were last on pit road when they hit the stripe this time. So close to a dead split from when they were last on pit lane to the end of this race for this stint and this battle for the lead. If it's like this when they come back out, man, it's going to be good. Smallwood just looking for his 3rd straight win. Colton Ward on pit lane right now, one of our first playoff drivers. Second playoff driver, actually, coming to pit road. Colton Ward, the first playoff driver to make his way to pit lane. Continue to watch to see when the next crop of drivers, I would expect a lot of guys start coming this time by. There's an interesting conversation in driver chat right now. Smallwood right to the back bumper of the 81. Couldn't get there. Mark Szymanski now on pit lane. Still a power struggle for the race lead. Neither driver giving an inch. Lots of battles throughout the field. Andrew Logue's battling with Daniel Smith as well in this field. Daniel Smith actually coming to pit lane this time. Well, first, the top half of the field to come into pit road. Still battling tight for the race lead. So while they battle for the lead still, back in the background there is the first car one lap down, that being one of the few cars one lap down. Couple laps down, actually, maybe. It's 36 of Dylan Hervatten, currently 3 laps down right now. Had a long stay on pit road, think he might have had a penalty. See, he'll go by the outside lane as these two still nose to tail through 1 and 2. Two more takers, Greg Whitehead, Shane O'Neill pitting this time. Still the leaders yet to pit. Ricky Mendoza calling out. He's going to pit this time. Might see some more drivers in this top half of the field starting coming down pit lane. The battle for the lead still intense. Brayden Avila as well came down pit lane. Lee Mason Thompson, a race leader, might be coming this time. And indeed he is. Mason Thompson, 4 goes for the lead. He'll be the first to pit of this top 3. And look at this pack back here. Simon Lindmark continuing to march forward. He is now up to 3rd. More drivers calling out pit entry this time. I believe Isaac Smallwood might be one of them. 43 of Harry Lindmark for sure is. Indeed it is. Smallwood is in. Harry Lindmark sliding, coming to pit lane. Simon Lindmark is going to stay out. He's going to lead a lap here. So he'll get a bonus point for that. But you see a big gaggle of lap traffic here in this mix as well. So Simon Lindmark takes over the race lead. Cars going by. More drivers, Interlotes should be pitting this time. As is Corbin Hines coming this time. You see Colin Bollinger coming in too. Wait to see who else maybe come down pit lane. Got the last pit stop, of course, coming on. Seeing how this all shakes out for what were our race leaders. Mason Thompson right now currently scored 18th. Harry Lindmark in 19th, and Isaac Smallwood is 20th. They're not too far separated. There's Mason Thompson, our first car one lap down, excuse me. As Simon Lindmark now pits, it's going to give him back the lead lap position. He currently sits, when they all cycle through, Mason Thompson is currently 13th place. Your race leader right now is Tim Lynn. The top 8 all have yet to pit. Your current leader of those that have pit so far is Daniel Smith. Colton Ward in 2nd, right behind him on his back bumper. Ben Lindley in 3rd of this group as TJ Kroger is 4th. Mason Thompson would be 5th of them, but he is not far behind this battle. So don't expect them to stay out ahead of him long. As you see here, Tim Lynn continuing to lead. Elias going by Matthew Bramble as more drivers coming off of pit lane this time. Driver said, caution would be nice at any time now. Just hoping to see that yellow flag come out to maybe give him a chance at benefiting from this strategy call. It's fun having no commentary team with me, just being by myself, being able to just have the driver chatter on, hear everything they say. Oh man, what an interesting slate of conversations it is. But battling through the field now, here comes Mason Thompson through them, but Harry Lindmark and Isaac Smallwood now working their way through Krober and Lindley. These two, second and third. Lindmark got out ahead of Smallwood through all of that. Now they are about 1.8 seconds back of Mason Thompson. I would expect Smallwood to maybe make the gains. Maybe Lindmark can make some swings at it too. We'll see what he can do. But they're close to out of time. They're going to have to make some quick work of this gap because it's growing now up to 2 seconds and continue to build little by little as Thompson now makes the pass on Ward for 8th place, which is ultimately 2nd place of those that have pits so far. See on the right side of your screen, on the left side of your screen, laps since they last come down pit lane, Mason Thompson is finally now the leader of those that have completed their pit stops for the end of this race, and he is looking to just keep picking them off bit by bit. Actually, excuse me, he's got one more ahead of him. That is Daniel Smith, just there right up in front of him, the 21 car. Pick off this last one, and he will have officially taken the lead of those that have come down and taken their final stop of the night. He works to the outside of the 21, and he will take this spot. Background Lindmark getting by. I believe that was Tim Miller they got by in the 42 car. Looking to just keep pushing forward. Everybody chasing Tim Lynn. This 12 car continuing to lead the field, yet to come down for his final stop. I don't know how far they can stretch. I don't know what the limit is, how far they can go without pitting. I can't imagine it is super long. Much longer than what they're at right now, about 54 laps for Tim Lynn, our race leader. Can't imagine they can go much further than this, but they're trying to stretch as far as they can, get as long as they can on this fuel run to see what they can do. But Lynn staying out, not yet to pit, lap 98, call it about maybe 23 laps to go. Like I said, they're definitely not going to make it to the end. I would be shocked if they did. We got a driver calling out, coming to pit lane this time. Not too sure who it is, but somebody will be pitting this time by. One of the top few that probably hasn't pit yet, I would say. I believe that's Harold Tucker coming down pit lane. Indeed, it is the 79 car coming down pit lane. This top group of cars, top 4, just hoping, praying for a caution at this point. Seeing if they can't get a yellow flag to fly to give them a chance and maybe some strategy to get them the race win. Or at the very least, someone like Andrew Elias, Matthew Bramble, a good finish. Sam Closer got passed by Mason Thompson, who's not got a big gap now over Harry Lindmark and Isaac Smallwood. They are catching this 81 car, despite the fact that they are still racing each other and still having to make passes as they race each other. They'll get by the 45 now, and they are about 1.2 seconds back now of the 81 car. So it is no longer a bigger gap. He's losing time to this race leader. Almost had an incident coming to pit lane with Sam Close there. A close call, if you will. A quick look back and see what happened. He was coming to pit lane from the top side. Daniel Smith had to jump to the outside lane. But he gets to pit lane with no problem, so he is back getting service done. But right now, a 9-second lead for Tim Lynn, just trying to maybe coast it around as long as he can, hoping for this caution or maybe hoping the fuel lasts. Tim Lynn's not worried about winning this race for a playoff spot. He's just worried about getting a checkered flag Or actually, I'm a liar. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. Tim Lynn is in the playoffs. He's 7th in the standings entering tonight's race. So I never listen to anything they're saying. Ever. Coming into tonight's race, obviously, he had no wins on the season thus far. His entire career in the SOFA Racing League, he's got 8 wins to his name. So Victory Lane, not an uncommon sight for him, but he has not won it so far on Thursday Night Racing this season. He is looking to change that tonight if he can, but he has got a lot of work to do if he wants to do that. Tim Lindo just called over the radio. He is coming to pit lane this time by. Ben Lindley coming back down pit road this time too. But as Andrew Elias gets passed by Mason Thompson, that will settle the score for those drivers that are not pit yet, as Tim Lynn finally gives up the race lead this time to come down pit lane. And that leaves Mason Thompson now as your race leader, approaching 18 laps to go this time. Harry Lindmark and Isaac Small are going to have to push hard to get by Andrew Elias. You see, they're going to go side by side entering turn 1. Smallwood wants to go. Lindmark not going to give him the chance to. He's going to hold off for now. Sliding a little bit off the corner. They are back 1.4 seconds as maybe now Thompson has decided it's time to turn it up. Smallwood now in the inside lane, pushing by Lindmark, who's way up to the outside. Smallwood now needs to focus on making about another perfect 18, now 17 laps here at Texas. 1.4 seconds is the gap. It's overcomable. He can catch up to this 81 if he just puts it down there and just starts chipping away bit by bit. He has enough time to chip away a 10th each lap, but 1.5 seconds the gap right now. Not able to do it that way. He's going to have to really dig deep to try to make a run at this. Matthew Bramble pitting this time. He'll be pitting, I believe, 8th place as things stand right now. And as for the race lead that time by, Mason Thompson was faster than Isaac Smallwood. As they approach 16 laps to go, 15 laps to go next time by, continuing to monitor that gap for the race lead. Watching that battle. Not to mention the battle for second still going to be an ongoing thing between Lindmark and Smallwood, as close as they are, but Thompson is pulling away. Smallwood just out of steam, it seems like, trying to catch this 81. I think he finally ran out, pushing hard, battling with this 43 car to open up this playoff run. Mason Thompson looking to score his first victory tonight in Season 7. I mentioned he's a multi-time winner. I mentioned it. You know, multiple-time winner here in the SOFA League. When it comes to this season here on Thursday nights, still yet to find victory lane. Looking to change it tonight if he can. Andrew Elias has come down pit lane. As is Tim Miller. That should complete the cycle entirely for everybody that has yet to pit. That'll be the last ones that had to come down pit lane. Gap is not shrinking, coming to 13 laps to go. Staying put at about 1.6 seconds. That time by, Thompson was faster. Smallwood's going to have to figure something out here if he wants to try to go for 3 in a row. Go with him down the back. He's going to enter turn 3, go way up against this wall and see if he can't start generating a run down the straightaways. Mostly losing time doing that. Lost 0.2 of a second that time to this 81 car. Now quickly back to this inside lane through 1 and 2. Not gaining. just 11 laps to go here at Texas. Oh, caution is out! Caution is out! Matthew Bramble and Harold Tucker involved! And just like that, this race has been turned entirely on its head. Here's your Archibald replay to see what happened with the 79 and the 20 car. Caution free all the way up to this point. Bramble tried to get to the inside of Tucker, catches the grass, and just spins back up the track into the 79. Shane O'Neill gets a piece of it. And everybody able to avoid. You'll see them come in on the right side of your screen. Bramble trying to battle Harold Tucker for position. It might have been the free pass position too. And it would have been. You'll see them come at the top of your screen. Bramble will clip the grass right here, lose control, overcorrect, and then bam. Right into Harold Tucker. Back and right on board. Sounds like there might have been some extracurricular activities too after that. All this much trouble with everything, but sounds like we just had an incident. This is during the caution. Shows his displeasure, and Tim Lynn. Oh, Tim Lynn sees his life flash before his eyes, and bad night to worse for Matthew Bramble. Heavy damage to the 20 car. So the way things will shake up, Mason Thompson is still your race leader. A lot of lap down cars, wave around cars right here all stacked up together. Getting ready to restart here. So, they should get to one green this time. So we are going to double up here And here's how they shake out. Everybody that was on the lead lap obviously came down pit lane. Mason Thompson, your race leader. Isaac Smallwood going to be restarting second on the outside lane. Simon Lindmark inside of row 2. How about a drive-through penalty to come back and win the race for this 51 possibly? His brother Harry to his outside. Colton Ward currently in 5th. Daniel Smith is 6th. Eric Hegdahl 7th. 8th place back there. Christopher Melton. If you watch any of our JCTV broadcasts, you know him. He's currently 8th place. 9th place is Corbin Hines. 10th place, Tim Lynn. A bunch of playoff drivers in this top 10, ready to try to steal this win away from Mason Thompson and punch their ticket to the round of 10. 6 laps to go here at Texas. Pace truck is going to dive for the safety of pit lane. Mason Thompson, the control car, heading to the Geico restart zone. The green flag will fly. Back racing here at Texas. A great jump by Thompson. Can he hang on to it? Smallwood side by side with Simon Lindmark now for second. Simon Lindmark putting the power down in the bottom lane, trying to get by and go to second. Can he try to chase down Mason Thompson? 5 to go. Thompson just hoping there's no more cautions. He's got a good enough gap there side by side for second. Let this race go green to the end. Side by side battling, allowing this 81 to just slightly pull away more and more. 100th by 100th, 1000th by 1000th, and then soon 10th by 10th. As this 81 makes his way off of 3 and 4. 4 laps left, still side by side for second. Car in the grass, that's Colin Bollinger, I believe. Able to gather it up, drops back to 13th. Just trying to finish this race and without any issues. How about Simon Lindmark now taking over second place? Now he's got about 4 laps to go. Colton Ward, Harry Lindmark battling for 4th. Ward to the inside. Harry's trying to hang tough on the outside. And he will. Ward, though, still putting pressure on this 18 car. Daniel Smith as well. Eric Hegdahl right here. Corbin Hines all right here in this picture. Trying to duke it out for 4th and 5th. Up front, Mason Thompson's got a decent gap, 3.33 seconds. Lindmark's been cutting into it bit by bit, not a ton, but a little bit. Not that time, though. He's not going to make a swing at it. 2 laps to go at Texas. Lindmark's going to need to find a ton of speed here these last 2 laps if he wants a chance at it. And again, this is the track where Harrison Burton turned left in 2020. Last lap pass coming through 3 and 4 to take the win in the fall. The Simon Lindmark have a Harrison Burton moment in him. Coming around this time, Mason Thompson will take the white flag. 1 final lap here in Texas. Mason trying to hang on and score his first win here on Thursday nights. Simon Lindmark looking to open the playoffs off with a win of his own. Thompson ahead. Lindmark's got 1 final swing at it. Can he make it stick? Andrew Lotes has an issue in the background. Doesn't matter. Out of turn 4, Mason Thompson is going to win here in Texas. And what a time for this first win to come this season. Taking home the checkered flag at the right time He is going to punch his ticket to the round of 10. Great shot of the burnouts right here on the start and finish line. Take a look at your finishing results tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. Mason Thompson takes out the checkered flag over Simon Lindmark, Isaac Smallwood, Harry Lindmark, and Colton Ward. Your top 10, your top 5, excuse me, top 10 finishes with Daniel Smith, Eric Hegdahl, Corbin Hines, Tim Lynn, and Ricky Mandoka, the only non-playoff driver to score a top 10 here tonight. 11th place goes Colin Bollinger with Mark Szymanski in 12th, Christian Melton 13th, Hunter Manley in 14th, Andrew Bollinger finishes out in 15th, and it was Tim Smart, Andrew Elias, TJ Krober, Ben Lindley, and Sam Close running out your top 20. Greg Whitehead, Andrew Lotes, Shane O'Neill, Michael Williams running out your top 24. The last cars in the lead lap, then it was Tim Miller, Dylan Hervot, and Harold Tucker. Matthew Bramble, Mike Lathan, Braden Avila. Then it was Matthew Anderson and Dylan Tibbetts. That was your field of 32. Before we talk to our winners here, we're gonna see if we can find out what happened to the 96 of Andrew Lotes. He had just dropped a ton of spots at the end of this race. I want to see if maybe what happened to him to take him out of contention for this one. So we're going to look back at your Archibald replay and see just what happened. Is battling inside the top 10, battling towards the top 10 is what he was doing when this happens. Let's go to the white flag. Coming down the backstretch here. Can't tell if he runs out of fuel or something happens, but just slow down the bottom lane and just dropped all those spots at the end. Heartbreak for the 96 of Andrew Lotes. Put him in a deep hole. Now, when the time we come around next week with where he was at in terms of the points. So we'll see if we can get a hold of our top finishers here tonight. First things first, obviously, we always go to third place. That's going to be Isaac Smallwood. Wait and see if we can get a hold of him. Once he shows up, we'll get to talking to him. So what it was, Andrew Loads did indeed run out of fuel there on the last lap. So that's what happened to the 96. No sign of Isaac Smallwood, so in fairness to time, we might go ahead and just speed this up. And jump to our second place finisher. That being Simon Lindmark. So we'll see if we can get a hold of him. Hey, Simon Lindmark, it's us now in the booth. You got a copy?
I do. Hello.
Alrighty, well, it was a hard-fought race for you. It looked like, from my point of view, you started tonight's race with a drive-through penalty, it looked like. You were able to overcome that, get all the way up there, and come up just one spot short of the win tonight. What was that race like for you?
It was painful. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The first 40 laps there before the stage, I was just pacing myself with whoever the leader was, trying to maintain 4-second gap in front of them. So that way I could just stay in the lead lap, not have to worry about going a lap down or anything like that. I just had the feeling that this race is gonna go green a lot, and it sure did. So we were able to pace and stay out in front, and caution came out for stage and pit sped on pit road, so that was cool. So that threw us right back to think 32nd again for starting the stage. And then it was just tire saving mode. I have a tendency to kind of let the whole field go by and go into saving mode every single race we do. And I was already at the back, so I just went right into saving mode and surely but slowly started ticking off positions until green flag pit stops. And then we came out, I think, fourth place for that caution came out with about 10 to go, and then we came out with the second place finish. So I am not going to complain. That is a win for me.
Yeah, starting off with a good run of the playoffs. Looking forward to seeing how far you can make it. It's been a really good season for you so far. 9 top tens, not in top five so far. In terms of the top tens, 11 of them, only 2 finishes outside of the top 10 this season. What's that like for you, just knowing you're trying to battle, for a championship, having the playoffs at least start on this kind of foot, despite the adversity you had to overcome?
It's it's just fun. I really enjoy this league and racing around everyone. I I like I said, I like dropping to the back, and I honestly like seeing other people's lines and all the racing going around throughout the racetrack. Um, I personally know that just if I'm patient around people, and I'll eventually be able to get around them cleanly without having to drive through them or anything. And I think we just keep that same mindset momentum going throughout the playoffs. We'll be in really good shape.
Alrighty, well, second place run for you tonight. Teammate, sponsor, shoutouts. What got the 51 machine so bad fast tonight?
Uh, it's got to be our Aerolane motors that are in these things. I know we run different manufacturers, but Aerolane provides us some absolute heaters for those V8s that are under the hood there. And then, yeah, shout out to a main sponsor here, Pedigree. They've been with me for 4 years, ever since I started this e-racing journey, and they're going to continue to stay. I think I like to be the dog on the track, you know.
Alrighty, that is your second place finisher here tonight. Simon Lindmark, great start to open the playoffs. Congrats on the second place run, Simon.
Thank you. Thanks for the host and broadcast.
So as we move from second to first, let's quickly get the graphics updated.
Hello.
And we get to see if we got our race winner, Mason Thompson. Dawson out of the booth. You got a copy.
Yes, sir. I got you. I got you.
Finally, it seems like I've been looking through the stats, seeing everything. Everybody's talking about it. Finally tonight for you. You get your first win this season. What was this race like for you from your perspective?
Uh, it was really good. I was battling hard up there with Isaac and Harry the whole time up front. But yeah, man, this is. I don't. Oh God, I can't remember the last time I won a race in Sofa. It's been a while though. It's been a minute. So it's good to get this win, especially in the main series. I won a lot in the mix, but not a lot in the main series. But finally get one. It's feels good.
Yeah, just looking back throughout everything, looks like your last trip to Victory Lane shows me it was all the way back over a year ago, August 10th of 2023, the last time we saw you in Victory Lane in the Sofa Racing League. So just able to get that off your back and open up the playoffs, especially with a win. What does that mean for you moving forward in this season?
It's big because I think I was 14th in the playoff standings coming in, and to get a win right off the bat, it's a lot of pressure. I can kind of ride these next few races going in the next round, but definitely need to build on these playoff points because I'm definitely behind, especially on the top three. Those guys have a big cushion, and I'm gonna try and close in on that.
Well, 6 playoff points tonight, I think, is a pretty good addition to have on top of the win and the automatic advance, I believe. As far as I know, it's an automatic advance to the round of 10. So, just able to get this win tonight. Teammates, sponsors, shout outs, man. What got you here?
Shout out to Dylan and Ricky. They really helped me a lot. Told me some things I needed to do, and it's really I think what kept me up there the whole time. But yeah, shout out to them. Shout out Taco Bell. Taco Bell's good as hell. Eat Taco Bell.
Alrighty, that is your race winner from Texas Motor Speedway here tonight. Mason Thompson picking up his first win here on Thursday nights in Season 7. First time since last year making his way to Victory Lane. Congrats on the win, Mason.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And I don't think we're going to get Isaac Small, but we've talked to him plenty so far. So just the stat that I had pull up for him, that was his 6th straight top 5 finish in his last 6 starts. So definitely a great streak to be on for Isaac Smallwood, especially with these playoffs kicking into high gear now. So that'll do it from us here tonight on the Biberty Racing Network. Thank you, as always, for tuning in, despite all the technical difficulties, because definitely there were plenty of them. Shout out to Mason Thompson for the race win. We'll see you next week here. Hopefully, next Thursday night, we'll get to talk to you and see you. And if we do, it'll be pretty cool. If not, is what it is. But next week's plans, if we are racing, actually, I'm a liar. We're off next week. We don't come back until 2 weeks from tonight at Nashville Super Speedway for race number 2 of the playoffs. So get ready for that, Nashville Super Speedway 2 weeks from now. So a 2-week break. We're off until September 12th, when we'll see you next time here on the Biberty Racing Network. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. This is Dawson Allen signing off, saying so long, and have a great rest of your night.